Welcome back to Fire and Smoke, New Ronne. We are Philip,
Abby,
Blake, Ethan,
also known as Dungeon Master.
Avis Merlot,
Devin Merlot,
Neil.
On the last episode, our time travelers had just left the colony of New Ronne into the darkness with a companion, Oliver, quote unquote, that Avis had met that wanted to tag along. They started out on their journey towards some kind of hidden research base that might hold some answers about how to get back to their correct time in history. Shortly after starting on their journey, Avis noticed some weird things about the kid that was traveling with them. They all confronted Oliver and had a heart-to-heart personal conversation where they learned some very strange things. Oliver kept things vague, and they decided not to push too hard yet. There'll be time to answer questions later, but Oliver seems odd, less than human, or something more. The power to change to look like different people, something he seemed to say he was born with or born like, that he doesn't look like somebody when he doesn't look like somebody else. He was scared that they would think he was some kind of monster and not want him to be with them anymore, but they all comforted him and let him know that they want him to stick around. After this conversation, you all continued your journey, and very shortly after you left New Ronne, only 2 weeks into an about 12-week trip, Blake rolled a nat 20, and you guys met the merchant and Jonathan right away.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
a sweesh.
A sweesh. Happened super early. Happened super fast. The merchant, a very personable, very friendly woman, though she doesn't seem like she's all there. And her friend, companion, Jonathan, a mountain of a hog, a large elephant-sized, maybe a little bit smaller than an elephant hog that pulls a cart train behind him of 2 carts linked in series full of the merchant's goods. You told her about where you were trying to go to, and she said that she didn't know that there was anything there, but she would be happy to turn her cart right around and take you as long as you provided her some good conversation on the way. That's where we are now. You guys had piled into the cart, and you started off on a new phase of your journey. The things you have at your disposal are Neil's enchanted harpoon that Devin souped up for him, and Avis's enchanted crossbow that Devin also made. Crossbow having infinite bolts now, and the harpoon having a return ability. During the waking hours, since it's still the long night and it's still pitch black, surrounded by eerie fog creeping in, you have Neil for light. You have some electronic torches that Neil is able to charge a little bit, very small things. You also make fires at night, not because it's necessarily any colder than it is during the day, but just as a sense of warmth while you're trying to get ready for bed. Where it stands right now, and after a little conversation with her, the merchant lets you know that basically she can get you there in about 5 weeks. It was going to be 10 more weeks of travel, so it's cutting it in half. It's not like super fast. That's still over a month of travel, and there's going to be some simplified survival mechanics that we still have to do, but it's like really good, right? Jonathan pulls the cart, and the merchant basically says, "Yep, if you guys help me catch some extra fish to help feed Jonathan for the extra exertion, then I'm happy to take you the whole way."
Well, Neil feels honestly kind of at home, being in like a slightly cramped box full of stuff. So he immediately starts trying to look around and catalog and take note of all of the items the merchant has to trade.
And what does he find?
Mostly pickles. It's a lot of jarred and canned goods.
I'd say you also find some parchment, some notes. They look like they're stuffed into a satchel. Among all the various supplies. You don't see, at least in this cart that you're in, a lot of weapons or anything, or mechanical parts or anything like that. It doesn't really look like the merchant deals in that kind of stuff.
What did the person who watches Milo ask for?
Oh,
Some sugar or something.
I'd like to get sugar if the merchant has some. Why are you laughing?
we have to bring it back on our way home.
I think you guys can, after the first week of travel, break into a little bit of conversation as you all become more comfortable with each other. Let's do the first week of survival mechanics simplified, just a couple rolls, and then we can do a sitting around talking little break for that.
Can I do something before we do the first week's worth of survival checks?
Sure.
So one of the nights within that first week of travel, as Neil's kind of still going through the inventory in our cart, Devin's going to kind of walk over to him at some point. Hey, Neil, do you think I could try something with Circuit? Do you think Circuit would be okay if I tinkered a little bit or...
Neil's confused for a second. He does have Circuit on his shoulder.
Well, Circuit can be jumpy.
That's fair. Yeah, I just want, I was able to improve your harpoon and do the crossbow for Avis, and I think I could probably give Circuit something to help us out as well.
Well, Neil holds out a hand by his shoulder and Circuit hops onto it, and then he tries to motion for Devin to also put up a hand to see if Circuit will kind of go to Devin.
Okay, yeah, I put out a hand.
And then Philip, please make him make an animal handling check.
Not really an animal, but yes. You see, Circuit is pretty sophisticated. I mean, Neil is a very sophisticated robot. He's gone through a lot of change because of what the stranger did to him, moving a lot of time through him into something he might have been in the future. But Neil, in his long tinkerings while you were under the ice, Devin, made Circuit some point or acquired Circuit at some point, and it looks like a facsimile of what a pet cat might used to be like, even though there aren't really pets anymore. But Circuit sniffs at your hand with its robotic nose and electronic visor. Make an animal handling check.
Got a 16.
Circuit wiggles their butt a little bit and hops over onto your arm.
I think it'd be best if I took this outside just so, in case anything goes wrong.
Neil tilts his head a little bit. He can't really make expressions, but you can tell he's somewhere between concerned and maybe threatened.
I don't think anything bad's going to happen, but, you said magic is unpredictable, right? So
Kid is there walking beside the cart, and he comes over. Well, sorry, I kind of overheard you guys. What are you going to do to it?
Oh, I'm just going to try to use my magic and give Circuit here some abilities that might help us out.
Well, what?
Well, at the very least, I know Circuit will be able to protect and help out Neil over here.
Circuit is a great help already.
And you know for a fact that Circuit has not helped in any material way that you can think of.
Yeah, Circuit does a lot for us.
Yeah, no, I'm sure, Neil, but Circuit could help repair you as well if you ever get injured.
All right. Be very careful.
Don't worry, nothing will go wrong.
There's a pointed finger on your chest.
Do not mess up my Circuit.
I won't, Neil. It's okay.
All right, then we'll leave it be.
I'll kind of take Circuit off the side of the path, kind of near a little rock or something, settle down and get to work.
You walk off into the fog a little distance, a couple yards, and make your magic. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to attempt to use my tinkering skills to turn Circuit here into my Steel Defender. This is going to involve another wild magic search.
Go ahead.
3 or higher, and we're good, right?
You're on a 2 right now, 1 and 2. So yes, 3 or higher, then you're good.
That's a 15.
1 through 3 for the future, just like Avis is currently at.
Okay, so Circuit can now function as a Steel Defender. Essentially, it means Circuit's going to be able to repair itself or any constructs 3 times a day. And it also just has a small attack that Circuit can make and impose disadvantage on people attacking us. So now I walk back over to the group, walk back up to Neil holding Circuit in my hand, and you see Circuit's got a little laser arm.
Now, I just want to fully establish here that you are putting Circuit in combat, not me. I am not putting Circuit in combat.
Circuit can be repaired.
This is all you. I am absolved of anything that happens to Circuit during
No.
combat.
But if Circuit's with us and you say, and then like a bunch of bad guys attack you with sticks, like that's on you. You chose to have them do that.
You wouldn't let anything bad happen to Circuit.
Circuit's in combat now, and that's okay. We're all good with that.
Blake,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna kill you. Me and Circuit, Laser Circuit, we're gonna come get you, all right?
Blake, you take your little tools, but there's magic flowing through your hand as you kind of rework some of Circuit's metals and kind of give Circuit some like sharper claws, but also tinker the way the power flows through them. You bring Circuit back up to Neil, unharmed.
And Neil, you see that Circuit now has like a little laser attachment for like soldering, and also has like a, not like a full sword, but kind of like this like big rod of metal that can like Circuit just starts swinging like up and down.
Like on an arm?
Yeah, it's just
Out the back?
It's on a little swivel on Circuit's back.
Okay.
There you go, Neil. It was a success.
Oh, Circuit's gonna mess some people up.
Mr. Devon, where'd you get the material for the extra arm?
Well, if you notice that Circuit doesn't have a tail anymore, I think it makes a little more sense. But I think it works better this way.
You could have just put it back where the tail was.
Oh, you know, I'll take a look at it another night, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how Circuit feels about it.
Now that little modification is done to finish up this first week of travel with the merchant and Jonathan, you guys eventually come to the understanding that like you have to help sustain Jonathan for the extra work, and not everybody can stay in the cart the whole time anyways. Like that kind of slows you guys down a lot. So basically one person can stay in the cart to fully rest. Neil has currently, because he took on a little bit of wear and tear over the first 2 weeks, a -1 to his max HP. Not a lot. Neil, you're feeling just barely, a little buzz or something, a tiny bit under the weather. In order to fully get that to go away, it takes like 2 weeks of good rest, which is like not walking along the cart and not helping with survival or like catching fish or anything.
All right, I'm out. I'm not helping.
Okay, but only one person can stay in the cart to fully rest at a time. Everybody else kind of has to walk alongside during the day and also help catch some extra fish and stuff. So for everybody outside the cart, which is Kid, Devon, and Avis, you guys need to succeed a Constitution saving throw to avoid injury and disease. This is a lower threshold than it was when you were traveling by yourselves, since now you have company just to keep your mental good. You have a place to like step into to get out of the cold fog if you need to. So Devon, Avis, make a Constitution saving throw. It is only a DC 7 to get no consequences. Over a 12 gets you an advantage that you can grant to somebody else to avoid a natural 1. The only problem is a 2 through 7 gets you a little ailment or a little mishap, and a natural 1 still gets you something bad. Kid will roll 2. Kid got a natural 20.
Devon is about to get a 3.
I got a 1.
Rough first week.
Wait, what did Circuit roll, Neil?
No, Circuit's safe in the cart.
Oh, but
Don't
I
involve
thought
Circuits
was
in
danger
your
now.
like what your 1 and your 2. No, Circuit's not part of that.
With getting over a 12, Kid can grant either advantage or a +5. I had it be up to your choice. Like you could choose what you want. If you wanted a chance at a much higher roll, if you're like, ooh, I don't want to take the risk of rolling another natural 1, I'll just take a minor consequence. I'll leave that up to you, Abby. Would you rather have advantage or +5?
I need advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You need advantage if you want no minor ailments, but you could still roll another natural 1.
You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't kill me.
That's a 1.
I guess probably not.
Yeah, but that's a 1 in 20 chance.
Okay, so you want the advantage. You
I
can roll again with
do.
advantage.
I got 5.
Okay, you could get 8 minor ailments. Let's say just all the walking you're doing every single day right now is kind of taking a little bit of a toll on your legs. Instead of a -1 to your max HP that would require 2 weeks of rest, we can do a -5 to your speed that would just require 1 week of full rest if you wanted to kick Neil out of the cart coming up.
What about me?
Devon, you catch a little cold. It's going to require again, a full week of good rest to get rid of. It doesn't hamper you too much, but it is going to give you a -1 to future Constitution saving throws.
That's Mr.
Yeah.
Sniffles.
That's Mr. Sniffles right now. So this is the this is the mechanic you got to work out now. Neil's had a full week of rest. He needs another one to get rid of that -1 to his max HP. But you guys also need a spot in the cart to eventually get rid of your stuff, whichever order you want to do that in.
That one's got to be the least bad, right? -1 to max HP. That one's the least important.
What?
We can agree.
Abby, what's yours again?
I lost 5
5
speed.
speed. That's pretty bad. And I have -1 to my con saves,
That's totally fine.
which means all my I already have +0, so that becomes a
It's
-1.
fine.
So now all my future ones will
What
be
are you gonna
worse.
need a con save for? Poison? That won't happen.
Yeah, all the survival stuff.
There's no poison in Antarctica.
You guys can decide it on the top of the second week. For the second roll you need to make, you just need to make another single luck roll for the week. You kind of got your nat 20 reward already, but there's still a nat 1 out there, and there's some stuff in between.
And I assume even though Devin does have lucky, and we were going to use that last time, I should probably just have that be lucky for the entire trip, right? Otherwise it'd be insanely broken because I can use it on every roll.
I think that makes sense. That's what usually happens a lot on like extended downtime is like you still have your feats and abilities, but you kind of say it averages out, and it's like you have the roll is like a one-time roll for one of the things that you're doing over the weeks. So since you have 3 lucky points, then you have 3 to use over the course of the trip.
Makes sense. It's a 5? Do you think it's worth it? It's probably not, right?
No, it's chill. It's camping. It gets a little rough sometimes. Build
Fine.
character.
You guys got a 5. That might come into play later, but for now, it's the end of the first week.
No, it won't.
You guys are sitting around the fire, having set up. Jonathan is unbuckled from his cart. He is laying down with his belly towards the flame. The way he's kind of laying in his position to the fire and his size, he's kind of taking up like a third of the sittable area around the fire. So he's kind of like 1/3 of the circle, and then you guys can sit kind of around facing him a little bit. But he's laying on his side, head kind of towards the conversation, but belly pointed towards the warmth. After a little while, you guys are kind of like in the middle of the conversation, and you're kind of just passing time, bonding a little bit. And for the first time after a full week, the merchant is like looking at you guys as you're talking, and she goes, "By the way, what's all your names? I never asked."
Philip, can I take end of week 1, actually?
Sure.
So, like Peer Gynt Morning?
No.
Yes.
So you'll look it up when you're editing, and that's what's playing. The vibe is as if the sun is rising, even though it's not and it's nighttime forever. It's cold and misty. And you watch Neo climb out of an entire week of sitting and relaxing in the thing. And you've never seen a robot look so well rested. It's impossible. The birds are singing. The sunshine is coming through the fog from the other side of the planet.
And he still has
And Neo
-1.
settles down so gracefully onto a log opposite Jonathan.
You throw open the curtains, and the merchant and Jonathan are in a good mood. You see Avis is like rubbing her ankle as she's sprained it a little bit, and Devin has like a persistent cough that he's kind of like stifling.
No, as soon as Neil gets out of the cart, you fully see like Devin throw up in the corner.
Okay, I guess sure.
He's doing fine.
Sorry, my name's Devin.
Wow, you're getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
Neil like rubs at the little scratches and indents on his chest piece so mournfully, so wistful.
I'm Neil, but don't worry, I'll be alright as rain soon.
Oh, I wasn't talking to you, lad. I was talking to your friend who's throwing up.
Yeah.
I think you've been taking it easy. I think you've been taking it real easy in the cart, actually.
Yeah. Put my shoulder on Neil and like kneel down next to him. Neil, I'm not doing too good, man. I might need to take your spot.
What? But Devin, my repairs to my chassis are almost done. Another week and I'll be right as rain.
Devin can't even walk.
You're also having a hard time walking yourself, aren't you, Avis? Sorry, what was your name? I didn't catch it.
I'm sure you got it with context clues, right?
Right, yeah, no, I just guessed it, actually. Avis. I heard Neil and I heard Devin, and I thought, Avis, that's the other name.
Right. You're right. That's my name. My name is Avis.
I'm Edna.
Nice to meet you. Neil, Devin needs to be put into the car.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard trying to keep up with you just going along with Jonathan pulling you while we have to walk behind.
I could slow down if you want.
Oh no, Jonathan, don't. You're doing wonderfully.
No. No one's blaming you. You're doing a great job.
Good.
Neil, you think you can let me have a go, right?
Well, I guess Neil looks at just how pitiful his face is.
Throw up a little bit on your shoe.
I'm like wiping Devin's face.
You're holding my beard back?
Yeah.
Yeah, the long white beard braided down your chin. The kid looks at you and says, yeah, Neil, if you want, we could I could be the ones fishing. It could be fun. We could spend some time together and hang out.
Neil puts his hands on both of Devin's shoulders and bends way down. He says,
Devin, would it be all right if I take your spot fishing?
Yeah, Neil, whatever you want, man. Just let me in there, please.
You are such a good friend.
and he picks him up and puts him on the cart.
Oh.
Takes you away from the warm fire and everybody's still sitting around it and puts you in the cart.
So cold.
And he sets Circuit on his chest, and he's gonna go sit with the kid.
At least there's a little bit of warmth.
Yeah, a little warmth from the motor. And you're sitting in the cart now, listening to the rest of the conversation, joining in from a distance. And Edna, the merchant, says, "What are you looking to find out there, by the way? Me and Jonathan, we go between the communities, but we haven't seen anybody out there. If there's some people there, I've never heard of them, never seen a soul. Of course, I've not gone there myself, but I don't see how they could survive all alone."
Neo looks to Avis. He's not sure if they should be sharing.
I don't think it would hurt.
You see Jonathan looks at you and says, "Is it like a secret?"
Well, it is a secret, but it's not our secret.
What?
He looks to Avis again.
There's some sort of base out there. We don't even know what we're about to stumble upon.
Well, that's ominous. You folks are awful strange. And she's once again scratching her back with the full machete that she carries.
Did you guys mention that we're from the past yet?
What?
Oh my
what
god.
did he say?
I'll let Neil take that one.
Jonathan turns to look at you. Edna turns to look at you.
Oh, Neil puts his face in his hands. Oh.
Well, I'm from the past because I'm very old. I'm an old robot.
Well, we are from the past, right, Neil?
He sighs, his shoulders slump.
I was kind of thinking about it, actually. I guess it wasn't voluntary, but we're time travelers, right?
Aren't we all time travelers?
Okay, Neil, that's not what he means, though.
All right, fine. Devin and Avis, and I guess all of us, all four of us, are time travelers from the past, from the distant past.
Ah, you guys came out of the ice or something?
Devin was the only one in ice, but that was after we time traveled because we needed to time travel again, but we didn't know how.
You've lost me again, Metal Man. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, do you believe in magic?
Well, sure. I'm a healer. And I know there's been plenty of crazy other magic going around for the past few decades.
Just consider us one of those.
Oh, interesting. You know, people don't take too kindly to them, but I always thought people were being a little bit mean. I think freak is a strong term.
You said freak.
Well, that's just what other people say. I'm saying I don't like that term. I'm like you, except I only do the healing stuff. I don't do any other crazy magic.
See, no, there you go again.
I don't know. We're saying the same thing. I think we're on the same page, actually.
Right.
All right, I cast lightning blast. That'll show her.
On who?
On this guy.
Do you have lightning blast?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know if that's a spell in D&D.
I didn't know.
It just sounded like it could be, I guess.
I thought you were trying to say chain lightning, and I was like,
No.
do paladins have that?
No, I don't think they do.
Or a lightning bolt, which
No,
is
we
just
don't have that either.
a 5-foot wide bolt in a 500-foot line or 100-foot line or something.
Yeah, that's why I had to
I-
pick something else.
But Devin can cast lightning lure into the sky.
You guys send a bunch of
Nothing.
sparks off. Neil sends a bunch of electricity shooting out through his fingertips. Devin, you send a lightning lure out into the sky. And she goes, yeah, stuff like that. That's what freaks people out. Me, I'm just a healer.
I got an 11. We're good.
Okay, right, sure. Yeah, you have to roll for it. Thank you for choosing to do that. You're now at a 1 through 4. And Jonathan says, not long ago, people would have thought I was freaky.
What's wrong with being a little freaky?
I don't think there's anything wrong.
Well, then we're all on the same page here, right?
Yep, we all agree. Freak is a strong term.
Neo can live with it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just going to nod my head.
But Jonathan brings up a good point. This all kind of started when, right around the collapse, huh? I don't know how long you guys have been around, if you took a stint under the ice or whatever, but when I was a little girl, I only heard stories of the talking animals, but they had gone away for a long time because of something that was in the water or something. But after the collapse happened is, when things started to change back to the way they were and still to a way they weren't before. That's when I met Jonathan and we became pals.
Neil slumps forward a little bit.
Hundreds of years ago, we all knew a talking bird named BB.
What's that stand for?
We never asked.
Bullet bird.
Really?
Well-
I would have thought it was something like Big Bird or something. I assume it was a big bird?
Only a little big, but she did bring us a bunch of boxes. So maybe it was box bird.
Box bird.
Or bird box.
I've changed my mind. I think BB means bird box. That makes sense.
That's the name of the company that brought us the monthly subscriptions. That would
And
make
Neil
sense.
reaches into his pocket and pulls out a 6-pronged fork.
Oh.
The last of its kind.
Wow. Where did you get that?
From our old friend, Bird Box. In an age long gone.
You guys are a little bit of freaks, aren't you?
What year did we start in? It was 1983?
Yeah.
This thing has been with me since 1983.
You're a lot older than I thought, even with everything you were saying.
Me and this fork. Maybe the oldest things you've ever seen.
Well, that's true. Except for when I look in a mirror, am I right? And she nudges Avis. Yeah, she gets it. Speaking of, what we are, guys, we're like time travelers, right? But we're also, on a mission, in the stories that my parents used to let me read when I had to stay inside. So, we're kind of like a team, right? Like superheroes or something.
Yes, you could say that.
Just like the Avengers.
Was that around in 1983?
Oh, the comic.
Yeah,
for
I'm
the comic
sure.
around in
assuming so. I
1983?
The comics are from between the Great Wars.
The first Avengers comic came out in 1963. 20 years old at that point.
Well, the Avengers had a cool team name, right? So
Oh, Lord.
what should we call ourselves?
Neil, what was the...
The Time Avengers?
No.
That's what you were talking about.
Well, that's not...
Avengers.
Hold on, that's not bad. I was going to say... What was,
Oh, I don't know if it's great,
No,
actually.
Hold on, what did that one lady say when we saw that person die? She referred to some group of people.
The timers, but I think those are the guns.
The timers are the weapons.
I
How
see.
about
We could be weapons.
the old timers?
Oh, wait, that's really good.
Because we've
Okay.
And then he holds up his fork dramatically.
we've been around the block.
Whoa, we have a team name and a catchphrase? That's awesome. Avis, do you like it? We're old timers.
Yeah, we are.
That's a fun name. Timers are a horror that I hope never return. Give me nightmares when I was a kid. They're what made me decide I really wanted to help people.
In like a you wanted to help people so nothing bad would ever happen type of thing, or like you're scared that the people with the timers would try to kill you if you did anything bad type of thing?
Like, I really wanted to help people because there were bad people in the world, and I wanted to be a good person in the world.
Just checking.
Yeah, Devin, what the hell?
All right, my bad.
Devin, it was a beautiful thing what she said.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. No offense taken. I bring notes back and forth. I let people know of happenings and, any news or big changes. I try to give people food what I can, but there's so many hungry mouths. So, it's just difficult.
I haven't really been around here a long time, but you seem way better than that shipper guy we were talking to earlier.
That guy's a douche.
I can't stand the shipper.
But he gives something to people that I can't really give. I bring goods back and forth and try to help each community. Each community has its own specialization, but I can't give people the kind of goods that he gives or the opportunity to leave this place. So we just try to do what we can, me and Jonathan.
Well, I sure am glad you're helping us out, Edna.
Don't worry about it, friend. And you can call me Ed if you want.
Sorry, was it the trader or the merchant?
The merchant.
The merchant is fine.
What?
And then he leans forward and goes into sleep mode.
That's funny.
Jonathan says, "Time for bed." And he closes his eyes without moving from the fire.
We're just the same. Me and Jonathan, we're locked in. We're sharing a wavelength.
Kid kind of curls up next to you, Neil, and sleeps on his little sleeping roll, kind of right where you are. And Circuit kind of like curls into a ball on top of your head.
Perfect.
The merchant falls asleep sitting up.
Gotta be alert. Devin's gonna come back over to the fire to sleep because it's really cold in the cart.
I hold Devin as he sleeps.
That's so sweet. He throws up a little bit during the night.
Oh.
Just a little like dribble starts coming out at some point.
No.
You guys go to sleep for the night, curled up as the fire dies down, and you hear the sound that you kind of have been hearing in the distance this whole time. Neil, before you guys left New Ronne, kind of explained the dangers out here. And you saw the merchant talking about having to guard herself with a machete more than once. And you're hearing far, far in the distance, like howls of anguish or desperation. It sounds strained, like somebody with a very scratchy throat or static or something from the corrupt somewhere off in the distance. Next week of traveling, you guys are now having Devin stay in the cart, so Neil, Avis, and Kid will make a Constitution saving throw for no ill effects, just 7 or higher. 18 on the dice from the Kid. He can give somebody advantage if anybody failed badly.
I got 13.
I got an 18.
Nobody failed badly. Devin, after this week of travel, you're feeling much better. You kind of get your health back. If somebody else wants to take a ride in the cart to rest, they can. Both of you have a week to get rid of your ailments.
I would like to.
Neil is so excited to get back into the cart, but he does relent. And he goes, "Oh, okay, fine."
Yeah, because I'm limping in there.
He understands.
And we get the luck roll in too before the 3rd week of travel.
7?
You guys get another bad luck roll. You've been traveling for 2 weeks with the merchant and 2 weeks before that. So you've been almost a month out here, right? As Jonathan is hooked up to the carts and trudging along the route that he and the merchant usually take, there's lots of mountainous areas that's forcing you guys into certain places because it's not all flat lands that you can just walk through. It's actually quite difficult terrain in places, so they're having to go in roundabout ways But this far out, there's also no plant life, right? Closer to the colony, closer to New Ronne, there was the engineered stuff that was spreading out slowly and had been like planted and cultivated with the machines. These grasses and trees that can go dormant and survive the long night. But here it's still mud and sludge and rock, and you're walking through fog still. And it's hard to see in the distance because of the fog. You can't see that far ahead of you. But you do see you guys come upon a mudslide off of one of these slopes that's like fully blocked the way that you were going. And the merchant says,
Oh, shit. That must have happened in the last month. Oh, no. We just came through this area a few weeks ago. I think we can go around, but we'll have to backtrack a little bit if that's all right.
Should be fine, right? I mean, we're still saving a lot of time traveling with you as opposed to our old plan, so.
okay, let me turn around. And you see the cart starts backing up as Jonathan tries to push them backward a little bit. And he goes, beep, beep,
It's like a,
How many points on this turn?
Yeah, it's like a 15-point turn.
beep. Jonathan makes a 17-point turn. You guys backtrack a little further down and find your way going through a new pass. After the end of the second week, Avis hops into the cart. You guys are starting to move along, but before you can get too far, one night you're all once again sitting around the fire, something that's become like routine for everybody. It feels like, a nice ritual to have as you guys get to talk and spend time together. You're becoming more friendly with the merchant and Jonathan, learning a little bit about their lives. You're getting more close to the kid as he's starting to open up to you guys a little bit more. Before the night goes on too far, though, the kid kind of looks around. Do you guys hear that? And everybody can make a perception check.
I was about to say, do we hear that? You have to tell us.
I'm so gonna perceive it.
Got a 12.
15.
I rolled a 1, but it's a 10.
You guys are camped out where you usually do, which is up a shallow hill on top. Like, Jonathan can't get over high slopes. That's why you guys had to backtrack a good deal and go on this new route. But you can and should go up to higher points so you're not sitting at the bottom of slopes in case of mudslide, like you guys just saw. And kind of down over and across the next little pass on the other side of a hill, Neil, you hear what you think the kid is talking about, like a humming or a slight buzzing or something. What do you think that is?
So it's not the corrupt, because we know what they sound like. They kind of like howl.
Certainly not the corrupt.
I have no idea, honestly.
Do you want to go, check it out?
What is everyone else doing?
You guys have kind of set up the fire already. Jonathan's unhooked from the cart. Not quite getting ready to go to bed. You were just talking a little bit.
All right, let's check it out, but carefully. Don't go anywhere without me.
Miss Avis and Mr. Devon, do you guys want to come with?
Yeah, I don't see why not. She'll be fine, right? The merchant.
You see the merchant stands up with her machete and says,
We'll all go check it out.
All right.
Jonathan rolls off his side where he's just gotten down by the fire and puts himself back up to his hooves and goes, okay,
Can we ride Jonathan into battle?
climb up.
Yes!
Get up on Jonathan.
You have to, Jonathan, to be clear, his mutation is a more common one among the mutated animals is just a size variation. Lots have extra eyes, extra arms, extra weird things about them. But Jonathan is just a huge pig. So in order to get up on top of him, he's 8 or 9 feet tall, and you kind of have to jump onto his side and pull yourself up to ride on his back.
Then I help the kid up.
Do all of you get up on Jonathan?
Sure, why
yeah.
not?
Okay, so all 5 people, including Edna, get up on Jonathan, and each time he goes, alley-oop, and he kind of leans down to help you guys get up.
So hopeful.
And he trudges down the hill. He's a little bit more dexterous without the cart attached. Like, he can take some steeper slopes now, though he has to go slow. And you guys walk around until you see a new little area. Very weird. Very strange. You see a weird thing here on the side of the next hill a little ways down the opposite slope.
Lightning blast.
You might think something like that because it almost seems like a lightning rod or something,
Oh.
but it's not straight and upright, and it's not attached to anything. There's like some kind of misshapen obelisk. It's freestanding in the ground on the side of the hill. You couldn't see it because of the fog and the darkness, but as you approach with your electric lights and with Neil, it looks like stone or something. It's like 14, 15, 16 feet tall, and it kind of curves back and forth slightly as it goes up. At its base, this thing is like wide, but as it goes up, it diminishes in diameter until at the top, up in the air, it's like a point. It's kind of hard to put your finger on what it looks like. It almost looks like at the base like a tree trunk. If a tree trunk was removed of all its branches and just the trunk up to the primary point of the tallest central branch is standing. You're not sure why it's here or what it is.
But it's buzzing?
Just the faintest buzz. It doesn't even seem to be coming from like a central point on it. It's more just like a little sound that reverberates through the air in this area.
Can I like pick up readings from it?
You can do an investigation check if you guys want.
Is it nat 1?
Me too.
Oh,
I got a 6.
You guys hop down from Jonathan and like look around the area and go up to it. You see it is some kind of stone. The exterior looks rough. It looks like the bark of a tree, but as you touch it, you're like, this is like petrified wood or like super petrified wood or something. Not quite sure. You see there's like some weird like coloration some places in the bark, but you're not quite sure what it is and you can't tell. You'd have to like look closer, but at the base you see like a plaque or something, like this is a statue.
what does the plaque say? Can we read it?
Sure. It's a small metal plaque etched with an engraving that survived however long this thing has been here. It reads, in quotation marks, "Bury me not far from the trees," in quotation marks, attributed to an A.J. Tollerston. Underneath that, in small lettering, well worn and like grimy, it says, "In memory of AJ and his companions who perished here, far from home and far from the trees. May their deaths not have been in vain. Carved by Amelie Greenishwood, 2209. Installation team led by Dominique Lynn, 2210.
We don't know any of these names, do we?
No,
Nope.
pretty recent.
What's the estimated year now?
Around 40 years later. Neil, you would know these dates are like right around the collapse, probably like a good deal into the time when things started to get really bad before they kind of settled down. Maybe just around or after that time. It's like the 2240s right now.
Well, that makes sense, but like, why does it make sound? Can I touch it? Is it that it's vibrating?
You see this thing that's like some kind of memorial from a time long past to a tragedy that none of you know about is just standing here alone on this barren hill. You guys rolled low investigation. You didn't really see anything else interesting. As you move forward to touch it, Neil, you can feel a little bit of vibration, I think. It's coming from lower down under the ground, but as you touch it and get a little bit more in tune with it as it moves through your fingertips, you hear a small sound that starts to get louder and then becomes more amplified so that everybody can hear it. A sound that is pained and strained, full of static or distortion. And suddenly, a good deal behind you all, as you've all approached, you hear you guys turn with your electric torches and you see a corrupt pulling itself from the ground, dripping with black, dark shadows, like it's made of the stuff, but it has some like thick consistency. It's like Sandman properties as it's pulling its arms free, and some of it is falling away, but it seems to be replenishing itself or something. Vaguely humanoid. It's screaming with some howl that you don't understand and that rattles your bones. And you see, as you turn around and look in other directions, there are more things popping up around you as these corrupt pull themselves from the ground around this obelisk. Everybody needs to roll initiative.
Philip, can I still go first, even though it's probably not going to be that good? Because I got a nat 20. But I have a -1, so people could very easily beat me.
Dirty 20.
I got a nat 20, which becomes a 19.
I got 6.
Ethan, would you like to let Blake go first?
I don't mind. Yeah, go for it.
In that case, the order is Blake with a 19, Ethan behind him with a 20, but choosing to hold his turn and float his initiative 1 down the track. The kid with a 18 on the dice, and he doesn't add anything to it. The merchant and the pig, Jonathan, will act together on a 16, then Avis, and then the corrupt with a 2.
It's really good for us.
You guys see these terrifying shadows pushing out of the dirt. It doesn't interact with them in any way, though. They're not like, they don't have dirt falling off their backs. They look like they're phasing through it, but they're still fighting to get out from under the ground, and lots of them are howling like that. You guys take a quick assessment. There are 12 of these things around you. These humanoids, they're all medium sized. They're no distinct feature, just black, literal, like it looks almost like TV static or fuzz or something as you try to focus on whatever they're made of. Spiky and sharp a little bit, and it's still like dripping and falling away from them. When they howl, they have something that's vaguely like a mouth, but it's got like tendrils that like open in between it, kind of like a ghost or something. These things howling with anguish that you don't understand, and you're not sure how much they do either, start moving towards all of you guys, closing in. And that's where we'll end this episode of Fire and Smoke, New Ronne. If you want to keep up with the show, you can follow us on our D&D TikTok account at Fire and Smoke Podcast. If you're liking what you hear, please leave us a nice rating. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate it the most of all. Every time you guys follow, Philip sends me a kickback.
A kickback, like
Yeah.
money?
Yeah, like money. A percentage of the money he makes from you following.
Ethan gets a kickback of the $0 we get for each rating.
Yeah.
But it brings us immense joy, right?
I'm
Yeah.
so
It's
happy.
all about the money, baby. That's why we're in this business.
That's why we make a podcast, for the lucrative deals.
Yeah. Like, follow, and subscribe.
And ring that bell. Does anybody else have anything they want to say before the end of the episode?
I'm so excited for you to have to listen to Peer Gynt Morning.
Okay, I absolutely know that TikTok sound.
Hello?
That
TikTok
TikTok sound?
That is
Yeah.
a classical
Oh,
piece.
yeah, that
I
TikTok
played
sound.
I played
He's so
it with the
brain rotted.
orchestra.
That's like a classic, like
The sound from
Minecraft
TikTok.
YouTuber, like old Minecraft YouTuber sound effect. They
What?
played that in the Let's Plays.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. All those Minecraft YouTubers that I watched as a kid that turned out to be real bad guys now.
I'm
All
sure.
of them.
Surely Yogscast is fine. Anyone know?
Don't
Why
know
would
about
you name
that.
one my name? That,
you
that's
shouldn't
asking
name
for
drop,
trouble.
though.
I guess that's true.
But yeah, I do know that sound mainly from TikTok.
No, it's not a sound.
That sound from
It's
TikTok.
a song.
That piece of
We're
music.
saying the same thing. We're all on the same page.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It's from an opera.
It-
Does
Is it?
Jonathan?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I think Peer Gynt is an
I
opera.
played it. I played the
It
piece.
could be
Yeah.
from an opera, though.
That series of music is the overture from Peer Gynt.
Is that not who wrote it?
No, it's written by Edward Grieg.
Don't put this in here. I can't embarrass myself.
Yeah, I think Grieg is the composer.
That
Peer
makes
Gynt
sense.
is the
That
main
makes
character
sense.
in the opera that music is the overture of.
Okay.
Does Jonathan have like a big saddle or anything, or are we all just?
No, he's got like a harness that he uses to pull the carts.
We're all
Okay.
raw hogging it.
He's like, sorry, what did you say? Raw hogging?
We're all raw hogging it.
I don't like that term. I don't like raw hogging it.
You can have it if you want.
No, I don't want to refuse.
Didn't get a great reaction, so I'm giving it away for free.
I'm not buying because I saw it not get a good reaction, actually.
But it rhymes. It rhymes with raw dogging.
No, I know what it's from.
Say raw dogging and then say raw hogging and you'll get it.
So, Blake, I guess you can have raw hogging it if you want because Abby and I have already
Bear bacon.
refused. We're out. We're taking our money and we're out.
No, I'm out.
We're writing bear bacon.
You're bacon.
Yeah.
Oh no, but raw hogging does sound good.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It
Wait,
sounds
No.
gross.
With enough time to sit with it, he's starting to come
Yeah.
around on it.
Okay, you buy it then. You want that to be your catchphrase?
But I also like bear bacon.
Everybody else can say we're the old timers.
Yeah, okay.
What's
We
good-
raw hog it.
No, what was the original one?
We've been around the block.
Everybody else can say we're the old timers.
so-
We've been around the block. And Blake, you can say as Devin, I'm Devin and I like to raw hog it. That can be all you if you want.
No.
You like the way it sounds.
I do like how we've been around the block has absolutely nothing related to like us being time
What
travelers.
do you mean?
Neil's been around the block.
I've been around the
He's
block.
actually existed for a long time. We haven't really been around.
Yeah,
the
you
block.
guys basically did just show up.
We've gone around one side of the block.
All right. I'm glad we came to the conclusion.
They are raw hogging though, to be clear.
Everybody else gets to say they're old timers. You know, we're the old timers. We've been around the block. And Devin says,
No.
my name is Devin. My name is Blake Romero, and I like to raw hog it.
Eric, you like raw hogging though. Wait.
Where'd he go?
Oh, he's not here. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Eric texted me that he got like involved with a heist, or he said something about being a getaway driver, and he said they were running late and that things weren't going great and that he couldn't talk to me right now, so he couldn't make it to D&D. But I bet he'll be here next week.
You gotta put sirens in the background. Note to editor Philip, put sirens in the background here.
And there's sirens going on. You guys hear that siren?
You think that's related?
No, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure he's fine. Anyways, slay.